Hi everyone, I am so excited to work with you today through this video lesson, and I hope that you are excited for what you're going to learn and all the fun that we're going to have. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, before we do any playing, there's something that's really important for us to do. Do you know what that is? If you answered stretching, you are correct. Good answer. Now, stretching is important because as a musician, we are a kind of athlete. So we're doing lots of small repetitive motions that require a lot of muscle and require us to also be doing them in the right way. So if we are tense, we're going to have, tension happening with those motions that we're doing. So we have to stretch before we play to avoid injury and be able to play correctly. So always take a few minutes, stop, breathe, take a few minutes before you begin your practice time to stretch, and I guarantee that you won't regret it. It's really important. So a few of my favorite stretches that I would highly recommend are stretching your shoulder area out. Both your shoulder areas. Stretch those out. Slowly, and then go forward. Forward, do one side, do the other side. All right, shake those hands out. Do a little walking in place. All right, ribs areas. Ribs goes all the way from here up to here where it meets your collarbone. Make sure your ribs are free. Do you have free ribs? So move around a bit. Know what's happening with your body. Shake those hands out. All right, reach for the sky. Go up on your tiptoes, come back down. All right, do a little dance if you want. Do a little crazy circle, as I like to call them. All right, another really important one, and this isn't necessarily a stretch, but a point that you should come to. You can do either pointers, do your thumbs, put them very gently, don't press, behind your ears at this point. This is your AO joint. And it's really important that this is nice and free. It's like a teeter-totter. So we don't want to be jutting forward. We don't want to be going too high. We also don't want to be going down. We don't want to be off to the side. We want to be nice and balanced. All right, just a few more stretches are some easy wrist circles. Continue to roll those shoulders if you need to. We need to have easy hip joints. This is our waist, not our hips. These are our hip joints. So let's move side to side. Even your toes need to be free and easy and stretched out. All right, you are stretched out and you are ready to go. So let's go ahead and pick up our instrument. And before we pick our instrument up, let's check our bow. Now, mine needs to be tightened because I loosened it like I should and like you should. So when you put your instrument away every time, be sure to loosen your bow. So turn it to the left till it's got a little give going on in there. Okay, you're resting the hairs and you're resting the stick because you want to protect your bow. It's a fragile thing. It's very important. So then to tighten it, and turn it to the right and turn it just enough. You don't want it too tight. You also don't want it too loose. Somewhere in the middle. So you want it to be pinky's width about. So mine is good to go. And also, sometimes we will get our bow right to exactly what we think we need and start playing and realize that something's not working quite right. So don't be afraid to stop. Check your bow and see, is it too tight? Is it too loose? And the other important aspect is to make sure that you rosin your bow. Now don't over rosin. So if you're having like dust flying around all the time, your violin is like covered in rosin, it might be a sign that you're rosining just a little bit too much. So cut back a little bit at that point. Now, if your bow is sliding and doesn't have traction on the strings, you probably aren't rousing enough. So find a happy medium in there, and I feel like it's always a work in progress.